Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer at Ujjivan joins in for a quick clarification on RBI guidelines for small finance banks as far as the listing norms goes. Thanks very much, Mr. Davis, for joining us. Take us through the next few steps, given that now there are going to be tweaks in terms of the overall shareholding pattern, the promoter's stake and listing norms as per the central bank.
Good morning. I think the rules which we have to now adhere to are the guidelines for licensing of small finance banks as it was stated in 2014. Now, in our case, we had a IPO in 2016 because we had to bring down the foreign shareholding in Ujjivan as a precondition for getting the final license. So right now, the holding company, which is a special purpose holding company with the only operating company being the bank, has about 80,000 shareholders, and the holding company in turn has got 100% share in the Ujjivan Small Finance Bank. So as per the guidelines, we have to continue to maintain, the holding company has to continue to maintain at least 40% for the next couple of years until 2022 January, which is the end of 5-year period. So what we have to do now is to list the bank by the end of year 3. So that gives us about 15 months to go for that. So we are looking at a couple of different options in the listing, and we will take that forward after discussion with the board of directors as well as with our advisors, legal advisors as well as tax consultants, and move forward on that basis. So it could be, somewhere 10%, or it could be up to 60%, which is what is the maximum permitted.
You think you'll be able to list in another 1 year's time?
Yeah, I mean, we have done that before. We don't have to, IPO is only one of the routes. There are a couple of other ways to do this, and we are examining all of them. We've been looking at these even before, but now that a final, position has been taken by the RBI, we know the direction to go, and 15 months is a fairly good time for us to be able to complete this exercise.
What do you think would be the holding in the new bank whenever you would list it? Then you'll have to follow the RBI norms, and then the promoter holding again in the new bank will come down. That is the understanding.
No, the promoter norm is that we should maintain minimum 40% for up to 5 years. So it can be 40, 50, 60, at least 40%. So the requirement is we can, list up to 60% of the bank. So that is, the direction which we have to take. So the 40% is the minimum amount.
Okay, Mr. Davis, we'll leave it at that, and we'll chat again once you have a handle on what route you actually plan to take for the listing.